want to recap some of these skills that we talked about in this Ultrabeat sampler. Now we went in and recorded all of this sound, and that's a whole nother issue. What we want to do now is use Logic as our audio editing program. Some of the things we talked about: Control Option will turn your mouse into a zoom pointer, and you can click and hold to drag a box around there. T brings up the tool palette, and we see shortcut letters all the way down the side of the tool palette. So if I want the scissors tool, I know I can type the letter I, and that will quickly grab the scissors tool. We wanted to cut these samples as close to the start as we could, and in fact it looks like it wants to even, oh, it's latching into a beat there. I thought maybe it wanted to latch to the sample. We cut right there. The end is not as important. Now that this is selected, and I can tell because it's light blue up there, I can actually just hit the backspace delete key. It goes away. And with the scissors selected, I can click and hold and drag into this box, and that selects it, and I can hit the delete key there. T brings up the tool palette. A brings up the fade tool, and again, tapping T twice takes me back to the regular tool. Now, in real life, I grab the fade tool like that, TA, grab the regular tool like that. Fade tool works by clicking on the waveform display in the arrange window and dragging out to the outside of it. Click here, drag out, and you've got a fade. If you want to adjust the fade, you can click across the top, adjust it. If you want to adjust the shape of the fade, you can click down here. As it turns out, fades don't work on MIDI tracks. So if you've got one of those green musical instrument tracks, fades don't work on those. You're going to have to use something else. Once we have our sample all set to go, we are going to right click it. We're going to choose bounce, and we're going to choose bounce in place. And you're going to find the next time you do that, it's going to show up at the top of your list. That's why when I've been using Logic for 8 years in this particular version of the program, I kind of forget that some things look a little bit different on mine. Let's make a new track. Let's mute the source. Let's leave those checked. That's fine. Let's turn off normalized and click OK. It's important that your Logic project be saved as a folder and not as a project. So make sure you go to the Save As menu, organize my project as a folder, and save that someplace where you're going to find it. Once you have it saved as a folder, you'll be able to double click that folder to open it, and you'll be able to find all of the audio files related to your project in the audio files folder, including the bounced in place audio files. That's a quick rundown of the editing of audio samples in Logic.